Police have begun clearing out Occupy protester camps in New York. There are also claims that pepper spray is being used. The raid comes after activists vowed heightened action this coming Thursday to mark 2 months since the movement began. Well, let's talk to RT's Marina Portnight, who's in New York for us now. Marina, have the camps been removed?
Well, the evacuation, the surprise sweep of Occupy Wall Street headquarters in New York City is still ongoing. This surprise sweep began at 1 a.m. Tuesday morning. At that point, hundreds of police officers, some dressed in riot gear, descended on Zuccotti Park and presented the activists that have been camped out there with letters ordering them to temporarily evacuate the park. And the activists were told that all the tents were going to be removed by the police officers. Police claimed it was a health issue and that the park needed to be inspected. The New York City Police Commissioner Ray Kelly was on scene for this episode as it unfolded. This is the first time the New York City Police Commissioner has been present as police officers and Occupy Wall Street activists have been confronted face to face. This has been going on for 2 months, but clearly this is the pinnacle of all the tension that has been taking place in New York City for the past 8 weeks. Protesters were told that they would be allowed to return to the park, but not with their property. Then when the police proceeded with the evacuation, we saw tents being violently ripped down, ripped apart, removed from the park. The peaceful activists that were there, some were being dragged out of the park. There have been reports of pepper spray being used on the activists, many of whom sat down and refused to leave. There's also been reports of the police department using an LRAD machine to create enough of an inconvenience, the noise sound, to get the activists out of the park. Before the sweep took place, the police clearly had a plan because there were barricades put all around Zuccotti Park within a 4-block radius. And when when members of the press were trying to get down to Zuccotti Park to access the event and to see what was going on, to report about what was going on, many members of the press were not being allowed in.
And we understand that tents were also dismantled at a site in Oakland in California,
Right.
And some 50 people were arrested in Portland. It looks like authorities are tightening the screws on the protests there.
That's right. This clearly looks not just like a New York City sweep, but a nationwide sweep of the Occupy camps that have settled in major cities throughout the United States. It looks like it may be a domino effect from one city to another, but New York City is the headquarters of this campaign, of this movement. But many do believe that the New York City Police Department are trying to get ahead of the game because, as you already mentioned, the Occupy Wall Street movement is planning major protests for Thursday. That's the 17th. That marks the 2-month anniversary of the Occupy movement. And major events will be taking place all day, including what organizers say will be an attempt to shut down the New York Stock Exchange. So as you can imagine, New York City officials are probably trying to preempt that, trying to avoid it. And if that means they're going to sweep the camp and try to make this inconvenient for activists to remain there throughout the winter without tents and without their property, that's clearly what city officials are trying to do.
Okay, Marina Portnight in New York, thank you for that live update.